record.
Beautiful.
Oh,
All right. Well, thank you so much. Okay. So thank you everybody again for meeting with me. I am Ivana. I am the business development specialist with Century Cruises, and I'm here to show you who we are, our ships, and the Century Cruise difference, how we can bring China to life as a global destination, and Century Cruises and how we work with you guys. So we are part of a Galt Holding Group, which is a diversified conglomerate. Our global headquarters are in Chongqing, China, with offices in Los Angeles and Florida. Our offices in Los Angeles opened in 2019, and we expanded straight to consumer sales through our Sunrise office in Florida since last year. We are China's leading luxury river cruise line and the pioneers of eco-friendly cruises in Asia. All of our vessels are EV, so very smooth and very quiet sailings. I know I asked before we started recording if anybody was familiar with Century Cruises, and we said we weren't. That's okay. We are a 32-year startup. We have in the past white labeled for Uniworld, Viking, and AMA Waterways in their Asia product. But when the world's changed in 2019, so did we, and we decided to go straight to consumers. But in this time, we did win Best Asia River Cruise Company 4 consecutive years from 2021 to 2025. We won Asia's Best River Cruise Ship 2021, 2024, and 2025, and Seatrade's Award for Innovative Approach in Cruising. We actually won 4 Magellan Awards just last year as well. So it's very exciting. We did have an advisor on the recent FAM that said this quote, and it's absolutely, it really puts together what the vacation is like with us. It says, where else can you walk the Great Wall at sunrise, feast on dumplings that melt in your mouth, marvel at neon lit megacities, and sip tea in a 1,000-year-old village all in one trip? And that's exactly the experience that you'll get. China's the kind of destination where each day you wake up and you know that you'll see and experience something you've never experienced in your life ever before. It says it there. This was a guest on a recent cruise tour, and it was actually his 20th time in China. So it's fascinating to know that every single time that you go, it is just a complete different experience. Now, I am a really big foodie, so I like to throw in some food in here, but there are 53 different nationalities and 12 different religions in China. So, as you can imagine, there's a lot of variety, and that comes all the way down even to the food from fiery Szechuan spice, delicate Cantonese dim sum, and the soul warming embrace of a Beijing or a Peking duck. We will actually, as I talk about the cruise tours later, I will go through the day by day experiences, but a Peking duck dinner is an experience that we do when in Beijing on our cruise tours. So with us, you'll be able to sail through the breathtaking Three Gorges, have a front row seat to ancient history, witness the engineering marvel of the Three Gorges Dam, and relax in luxury on your Century Cruises ship while floating through China's heartland. We have 6 vessels in our fleet in China, with one more on the way later this year. The two that I have in bold here, the Century Legend and the Century Voyage, these two are the ones that primarily are being marketed to the North American market. We use the Century Legend for our ship cruise only tours. So anything from Chongqing, which is our headquarters city, all the way to Shanghai and back would be on the Century Legend. It was built in 2013. She was recently refurbished in 2023, so she's brand new practically. And the Century Voyage, which is the one that we use for our cruise tours. This one will travel back and forth between Chongqing and Yishang, China, and is English speaking crew. So I'm going to go ahead and show you a video just so you can see what the ship looks like on the inside. I'll kind of narrate for you since the audio doesn't work in this presentation. But as you can see, our ships are a lot larger than your typical European vessels. And that's because we don't have the same restrictions on the Yangtze Ocean or Yangtze River as we do in Europe. We have a lot of seating space, a lot of public seating space, and very large hallways, very comfortable. As you can see, a lot of natural lighting. This is our VIP dining room, and it goes out to their own private VIP panoramic observation deck. The main dining room for our seated dinners. And these are our buffet rooms, 2-story, and they have TVs that actually have your allergens for everything that's being served, make it easy for your clients. Okay, we do distinguish ourselves with the 5-star service. We have personalized service, butler service on board, crew professionalism, focusing on details with high service standards and upgraded services. As you can see, she's wearing white gloves on her hands. It's very typical when serving on our ships. They are also very mindful when serving food, and they wear a plastic covering over their mouth to be mindful of any, spit or anything that might happen as you're having a conversation. And these are the activities that we have on board. So we do offer informative talks and lectures about the Yangtze River in our theater. We have traditional activities on board, such as Tai Chi and calligraphy. We actually do Tai Chi every single morning on our sun deck at 7:30. And it is an expansive sun deck, has the best uncrowded views. Two things that are very important to us are our singing and our playing. So we have karaoke rooms on board and mahjong rooms on board. We are also family friendly, so we have kids arcades and kids clubs, a full service spa, full service fitness center, and we do offer free cooking classes on board, including our delicious dumpling making course, along with our heartwarming cruise shows highlighting the costumes, music, and dances of China. All meals are included. We have Michelin-inspired culinary delights. There is a separate VIP dining room for our upper categories or suite guests. We offer buffet meals for breakfast, lunch, and dinner with a seated dinner. Afternoon tea, welcome back drinks after excursions, and we do have a full service bar on board for all your guests. Now, when I say all meals included, later I'll be talking to you about our cruise tours, which combine land and river. These meals include all the land time that we have together as well. So breakfast will be through the hotel. We'll have lunches together and dinners as well. Unless you're at leisure, you'll be eating with us. Again, shore excursions are all included, all onboard activities and entertainment, your dining as discussed. We do offer complimentary Wi-Fi. Now, it is a large river in China and it's surrounded by mountains. So in order to have connectivity speed throughout, that does not vary. I would say to offer a VPN to your clients, it can be about $10 to $15, and they'll have access to all the apps here on this side of the world, as well as a steady stream for internet. We do have butler service on board, and we add gratuities to the total cost for a seamless experience for your guests. Now, this is what our ship looks like. If you were to take a chunk out the side of her, you'll see right there in the very bottom, on the bottom deck midship, we have our Century Theater. Everything towards the aft is the public spaces. So you'll have your bars, lounges, karaoke rooms, our dining rooms, the fitness center, and everything above and towards the forward are our staterooms. Now, in this picture, you'll see that we have interior cabins. We do not sell interior cabins. Those are just for our lecturers and for entertainers. So your guests will be getting accommodations in balconies or above. Okay, and that panorama cafe that you see in the very forward, that is the VIP observation deck. So only the suite guests will have access to observe from there. Now moving into our staterooms, our starter stateroom is our deluxe stateroom. Now these are 280 square feet. We have 139 of these, and that square footage does not include the square footage for the walkout balcony. Moving up to one category above that would be our superior deluxe stateroom. We have 44 of those, also 280 square feet, but they are on a higher deck, on the sun deck, for better views. And then we move into our suites. So we do have very spacious suites. We have 12 junior suites that are 330 square feet. We have 16 executive suites that are 410 square feet with their own little private reading nook. Family suites. I mentioned we were family friendly. We do have 8 family suites at 366 square feet. If you see the panda and the Hello Kitty cutouts, that's actually the bed for the child. These sleep 3 very comfortably. We can put a 4th person in here with a rollaway. So just keep that in mind, but this is the room for our family suites. And then we have 2 voyage suites. These are 560 square feet, separating the living space from the bedding. and our presidential suite, which is our largest suite with a wraparound balcony. And there's two of those on here with 915 square feet. Now, we are a river cruise company at our core. We offer world-class accommodations and carefully curated five-star hotels in the same style and comfort as our Century Cruise river ships. With your tours, you'll have a knowledgeable English-speaking local guide alongside an expert tour director, and you'll have a comprehensive blend of art, history, and culture together with explorations of modern China and the comfort and safety of your escorted tour. I mentioned we have different types of offerings. So if you look at the center here, this white part of the map, this is China. It's in its entirety. And then we have the river starting off here in Tibet, and then it tips down, and then it picks up here in Chongqing, this first red dot. That's our headquarters city, and that's where we start all of our cruise tours and all of our river cruises. We can do 3 nights or 4 nights from Chongqing to Yisheng going downstream, or 4 nights going upstream Yisheng to Chongqing. If anybody's in the area and they just want to jump on for a quick cruise, that's a possibility. But as I mentioned earlier, we do have the full 10 nights downstream from Chongqing to Shanghai, or 11 nights upstream from Shanghai to Chongqing. Now our marketing, and this is going to be better for your clients, is the cruise tours. We offer seamless, luxurious journeys through the heart of China and beyond. The reason that we curated these cruise tours is because most of the things that you'll think of when you think of China are not alongside the river. And we want to make sure that everybody has an opportunity to see these UNESCO World Heritage Sites and these iconic destinations while they're there. Our most expansive tour is our 19-day Dream of China cruise tour. I did put here the best times of traveling is March, April, May, and June. Skipping July and August, that's usually typhoon season, so it does get very rainy. And then we have September, October, November, because from December to February, it's very cold. We do still offer cruises at that time, but just be mindful of that when booking your clients. Now, the 19-day Dream of China cruise tour, I'm going to go through your day by day. We do 3 nights in Beijing. In that time, we'll go to Tiananmen Square, the Forbidden City. We'll do the Great Wall of China, the Temple of Heaven, the Summer Palace. We'll have the Peking Duck Dinner. We'll go then transferring over 2 nights to Xi'an. In that time, we do the Terracotta Warriors, and we'll do the Xi'an Wall. 1 night in Chongqing. Now, this is a 1-night pre in our headquarters city. It offers a great opportunity for hot pots to try that out. That's where it originated. So I definitely recommend that. We'll do 3 nights on the Yangtze River cruise, in which time we will go to Fangdu Ghost City. And we'll also do a smaller boat ride on the Sheni Goddess Stream, which is an 18-mile round trip boat ride alongside the gorges. Okay. Upon disembarkation in Yisheng, we'll do a tour of the Three Gorges Dam, and we'll go to the Dam Museum before transferring over to Shanghai. Now, we'll spend 2 nights in Shanghai, in which time we will visit a lot of locations, including Zhujiazhou, the Bund. So you'll have a lot of good times there with the Yuyuan Gardens. We'll do the Huangpu River cruise at night, so you can really see where east meets west. And then from Shanghai, we'll transfer to Guilin, which is a fishing village. I apologize.
Mommy, stop.
I apologize. All right, so 2 nights in Guilin. This is a fishing village. In this time, we will do a bamboo raft ride on the Li River. That will be on your 1 night in Yangshuo, and then we'll do 2 nights in Hong Kong towards the end of the voyage. Now, for any of your guests that do not have enough time for the 19-day, I do want you to keep in mind the 3 nights to Beijing all the way to the 2 nights in Shanghai. That portion of the cruise will be another option, but I'll give you a full view of what that tour looks like. So that's the Forbidden City, the Great Wall of China, the Summer Palace with its long corridors, the Temple of Heaven, Grand Wall Goose Pagoda in Xi'an with the Terracotta Warriors. And it's honestly a fascinating trip. We'll do the dinner show, the Tang Dynasty dinner show. And this is Chongqing, our headquarters city. These are the hot spots I mentioned. All right. Then we will do the Chongqing Zoo before embarkation so you can see the pandas. And then board your voyage. Now you've seen some of this already in the previous video, but I'll go ahead and make sure it never hurts to see again. I'll point out anything that's different. You'll see some of the cabins here and what our cruise shows look like. And these are the three gorges. And as you can see, we have Michelin inspired meals. The dam. And then that's the Bund in Shanghai. That's the Oriental Pearl Tower. You can see the busy, bustling streets. Let's say Yuyuan Gardens. This is Guilin, the beautiful fishing village. It looks like something out of Pandora almost. The bamboo wreck rides on the Li River and making it to Hong Kong towards the end. So with this tour, you get to see Beijing, Shanghai, and Hong Kong, all three major cities in one stop. As I mentioned, though, we do have a 14-day now Legend of China cruise tour, which is identical from the moment we get to Beijing until you get to Shanghai. The opportunity here is for all these highlights to still be visited by your clients. The disadvantage would be if they don't have that extra 5 days, they don't get to see the beauty of Guilin and they don't get to see Hong Kong. But I mean, this trip alone right here is just so beautiful. And this is actually the one that we did for our fam, for the two fams that we've done. And it's been very well received. We also offer two 18-day tours. We have the 18-day Imperial China and Vietnam cruise tour. So this one from Beijing to Shanghai is the same, but then we will fly on over to Vietnam. We'll do 2 nights in Hanoi, 1 night in Ha Long Bay, where we actually do a sunset cruise and stay overnight in Ha Long Bay to enjoy at leisure the next morning, and then 2 nights in Ho Chi Minh City. The other option is our 18-day Imperial China and Japan cruise tour, in which after Shanghai, we will then fly to Japan, do 2 nights in Osaka, 1 night in Kyoto, 1 night in Fuji, and 2 nights in Tokyo. Now, both of the 18-day Imperial China cruise tours, the one going to Vietnam and this one here in Japan, are visa free. No Chinese visa is required for either of these, since we are in China for only 10 days and then going to a foreign country, which makes us exempt from the visas. Now, if your clients do need visas, keep in mind a Chinese visa is good for 10 years, so they can always come and visit back and go to another tour if they like to. Now, we do offer one-stop shop simplicity. So it is an all-inclusive China journey from our land tours, the Yangtze cruise, flights, hotels, transfers, and guides. We have free international air from 5 gateway airports if you do a cruise tour, one of these 4 mentioned. Now, our gateways are JFK, Vancouver, Toronto, San Francisco, and Los Angeles. So if your clients are anywhere near any of those 5 gateways, it's a free international air round trip. If they are not, it would be just a get their cost, but we can do a simple add-on just to get them to one of these airports. We offer smooth transitions with no guesswork. So airport pickups, hotel check-ins, we deal with all luggage. Your clients will not have to do that. We offer high commissions with low hassle, no NCFs. And we can turn the mystery of China into your next booking. So we'll help you turn China from complicated to a closed sale. The Century Cruises client, we have affluent travelers, so anyone with a high net worth. looking for something luxurious, retirees, because naturally they have a lot more time on their hands. Anyone with past trips to Japan and or Korea, wanting to expand into China. River cruisers in general, once a river cruiser, always a river cruiser. And we've started to see a lot more millennials on board, young professionals and families looking for a little bit more of a cultural immersion. Now, coming soon, starting in September of this year, we have the Century Star. Now, she will be in Europe. So, as you can see, it's a little bit different. Instead of the 8 decks that we offer on the Century Voyage, now she's 4 decks. Okay. But this one will be on the Danube and the Rhine. Okay, we'll have 3 cabin categories. On the lower deck, we'll have our standard cabin, which are like the Swan View rooms, very spacious. The main deck offers our French balconies with our restaurant. The upper deck has some more French balconies and 8 executive suites. We have 2 bars and lounges on the forward, and then we have the aft lounge and a 24-hour cafe corner. The ship will also have a fitness area on the lower deck. The itinerary on the Rhine, it will be from Basel to Amsterdam. We are doing an 8-day tour where we'll do 1 overnight in Basel, then go to Strasbourg, Speyer, Mannheim, Rudesheim, Cologne, and then an overnight in Amsterdam. And the other itinerary offered is the Danube from Budapest to Passau. We'll start in Budapest with an overnight, go to Esztergom, Bratislava, Vienna, Dernstein, and Melk, Linz, and ending in Passau. Typically with this tour, I recommend trying to extend a little bit of time in Passau because the city of 3 rivers is one to see. We just unfortunately don't get a lot of time in the disembarkation here. So just keep that in mind if it's something that's important to your clients. We are also offering Christmas market cruises from Basel to Amsterdam or vice versa. These are going like hotcakes. As you can imagine, a lot of Christmas market cruises were already sold out. So these have been selling out pretty quickly in comparison. But we do our Rhine itinerary for the Christmas markets. Now, I want you to also keep in mind that we are also adding a 16-day trip that incorporates both the Rhine and the Danube. And we'll be doing another 14-day that is Passau to Passau round trip going through the Iron Gate. So those are to come. And in 2027, we are looking at opening up in the Nile. So just keep an eye out for that as well. Now, we do love groups. Groups are easily achieved at a minimum of 5 staterooms based on double occupancy. We do offer a generous group discount of up to $250 per person off the public fares when they're in a group. And we reward a tour conductor policy starting at 1.9. So the 10th berth is free. And we look forward to welcoming your clients on board. Do we have any questions?
Hi, it's Deborah. I do have a couple
Hi.
questions.
Perfect.
You said that they are family friendly, the
Yes.
cruises, but is there like an adults only area, in case we have, say, older adults that don't want to, want the ruckus from the children?
Yeah, that's a great question. I don't think that we have anything that's distinguished as an adult only area per se. But that doesn't mean that we can't accommodate, like if there's an event that you wanted to do that we couldn't accommodate that for you guys. So if there
Okay.
was ever like a special request, you can always let us know. Now, we don't typically get a lot of children booked on our end, but I do like to keep in mind that we close our final payment at 120 days. So at 120 days, we'll release our inventory back to our headquarter in China, and whatever space is open, they continue to sell. Because over there, as you can imagine, it's like jumping onto a Bahamas cruise for
Right,
us. So
right.
yeah. So there's possibilities. It's not heavy, but you might see them. And we don't recommend any children less than 5 years of age.
Okay, very good. And my last question was, do you stay on the boat the whole time? I know you said there was a lot of transferring to a different boat, but do you stay on the main boat the whole time?
Yeah, so with our cruise tours, we will be on, it's more of a land tour until day 8 that we get onto the Yangtze River cruise, and you're on there for 3 nights. In
Okay.
that time, we do get off and we do excursions throughout the day, but you'll be overnight on the ship.
Okay. Very
Now, if
good.
you do the full river cruise, then yeah, you're on the cruise the whole time. You only unpack that one time. Um, but we'll still have daily excursions.
Okay, where you get off the boat, but your stuff stays on the boat, basically.
Correct. Yeah.
Okay. Very good. Very nice. And what is the demographic usually like?
It's mixed. We actually have we have a lot of Europeans that like to go, a lot of Russians that like to go. We have a lot of I mean, we're getting a lot of Americans going, and obviously there are going to be a lot of people from China as well. As I mentioned, the Century Voyage, which is the ship we use for our cruise tours, that one is English speaking crew only. But then when you look at the Century Legend, which we use for our cruise only, that one is mixed between our Mandarin, Cantonese, and English speaking crew.
Okay, and ages? I know you mentioned that you have a lot more younger clients that are booking, but what would be like the age range?
The Our average is like around between 45 and 55,
Okay, very good. That was
which
all my
doesn't mean that
questions.
we don't have people that are young at heart because one of our first clients that went over there, he's 77 and he had a blast. He went by
Oh,
himself.
wow. Oh, wow,
Yeah.
look at that.
Yeah.
Very good.
Yeah.
I'm going to open it up to anybody else on the call. If you have any questions, feel free to unmute yourselves or pop them in the chat.
For the excursions, do the leader of the group, like, do they speak English? Like,
Yes.
it's kind of based in China, like, kind of what's the language?
No, there'll be English speaking guides as well. And if you have clients that are any other language, and you can request a different language, and we can offer that as well.
Uh,
It's very flexible. They're very accommodating, very welcoming. I know that there's this weird feeling sometimes when it comes to selling China, and that's why we're here to make it easier for you. I promise you, it's nothing like what we see. It's very safe, it's very clean. And they actually get excited to see tourists. You'll have people in their traditional garments and they'll run up to you and they want to take pictures, and it's really fun. It's a fun experience. Any other questions? I'm here now.
That's right. If you have any questions, Yvonne is here with us now. So please feel free to unmute or you can pop it in the chat. I know
now I want some dumplings.
I know. I
You
was
know,
looking
there's
at the food like, oh, this looks really good.
I was like, she's killing me.
Yeah, sorry. You know that there's like this unspoken war of who has the best dumplings in China. When you make it over there, you have to let me know what your thoughts are.
And what's your favorite?
Um, that's hard. I like them in Xi'an.
Okay.
The dumplings in Xi'an are really good, but Shanghai says they have the best, and so does Beijing. So I don't know. Just maybe the ones that I make next time on board will be my favorite.
It's just like America with the pizza war. Who has the best
Yeah,
pizza?
exactly, exactly.
Uh, okay. Last call, anyone for any questions? Please feel free to unmute or pop it in the chat.
If you do think of anything, maybe down the line didn't come to mind right away, you can always feel free to send me an email. I'm at INUNEZ, so Nunez at centurycruise.com. And I'd be more than happy to respond to you. I'll respond within 24 hours max. And I also have the opportunity for you to just pop in a meeting with me, a quick 15, if you feel like you have a couple questions. So
Oh,
very
wonderful.
flexible.
Yes, thank you, Ivana.
Yeah,
We're going to put
of
your
course.
information on our intercompany website that we have. I will also make sure to put your contact information there as well, so that if
Beautiful.
anybody does have any questions, they can reach out directly to you or to me, and I can connect them to you.
That works for me. Perfect.
Awesome. Thank
All
you
right.
so
Well,
much for being with us tonight. We
of
really
course.
appreciate it.
Thank you for your patience in the beginning. I was
Oh,
I was
no
sitting in the wrong
worries.
place.
No
All
worries
right.
at
You
all.
guys
No
have a
worries.
great rest of your evening, and thank you so much for giving me your time today. I know it's probably late for you as well.
You as well. Well,
All right.
not too much, but
Okay.
yeah, but thank you again for
Yeah, of
being with
course.
us tonight. We
All right.
appreciate it.
No
Everyone have
worries.
a great night.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Bye. Thank you.